On August 2nd, 2022, Beyond Compare Wrestling launched with its premiere episode, World Title Warfare. Now, over 46 episodes later, BCW presents its biggest event ever, a historic event which will be the culmination of BCW's 3-year history. Tonight, partners will fight, rivals will wage war, and mortal enemies will battle for championship gold. BCW proudly presents its marquee event, SLAMTACULAR.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. We are live from Chicago, Illinois, from the BCW Arena for BCW SLAMTACULAR Night 3, and we have saved the best for last. Tonight, in the main event for the BCW World Championship, it will be challenger Benson Hicks taking on Dirty Dawn in the most anticipated world title fight in BCW history. And we have the long-awaited rematch. Amir Man picked up the biggest upset in BCW history when he defeated Kensho a few weeks back. Tonight, Kensho gets his rematch. Can he even up the score, or will Amir Man have a runaway with this one? And the new BCW General Manager will be announced tonight. That is a huge announcement coming up on this episode. But tonight we are kicking it off. Match 3 in the best of 3 series between Los Gomez and the BCW Dojo. BCW Dojo, they won match 1. Los Gomez, they won match 2. Tonight is the tiebreaker, match 3. It is a 6-man tag team match. That is our opener. And as you can see here, we are live inside the BCW Arena. Everyone is almost ready. The crowd is almost filed in, ready for this huge Night 3 anniversary event. But let's take it to the breakdown between this rivalry in the best of 3 series between Los Gomez and the BCW Dojo. It was on night 1 of SLAMTACULAR. Match 1, a singles match between the Great Gomez and Tony Rizzo. It was a real back and forth battle between these two experienced heavyweights, but in the end it was Tony Rizzo hitting that big huge power slam and then locking up that Boston Crab. The Great Gomez, known for that bad back and those bad knees with the double knee braces, locked in that Boston Crab, sunk in the knee right into the small of the back, affecting the lower back, the quads, and the knees. And Tony Rizzo was able to pick up that submission victory, getting the best of 3 series, 1-0 for the BCW Dojo. Then in match 2, it was a tag team match. Sergio Gomez and Pedro Loco teaming up against Flips Per Second. And it was that slight moment of hesitation that Will Roberts had that allowed Pedro Loco to cinch up that single leg crab and pick up the win, very similar to how Tony Rizzo won the first one. So now, with 1 match apiece between these 2 trios teams, Los Gomez and the BCW Dojo hook it up for match 3. It is a 6-man tag team match, 1 fall to a finish, win via pinfall or submission. Who will be crowned the most dominant team in BCW? We are going to find out in our opener. Now let's take it to the ring and kick off SLAMTACULAR.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 765 pounds, the Great Gomez, the Idol Sergio Gomez, and Pedro Loco.
And here they are making their way to the ring, Los Gomez. We have Sergio Gomez, the Great Gomez, and Pedro Loco, the perfect combination of size, experience, and youth. Sergio Gomez is the mentor of the young Pedro Loco. Of course, Sergio and the Great Gomez are brothers. They got over 30 years of experience. It's a real unique combination that this trios team has. Will it lead them to victory here tonight?
Making their way to the ring, Tony Rizzo, Will Roberts, and P.J. Parker. They are the BCW Dojo.
And here they are, the BCW Dojo, comprised of Mr. Tony Rizzo, their head trainer, and flips per second. The flippy, young, exuberant tag team. What a combo this team has. Very similar to Los Gomez, having size, experience, as well as youth and exuberance. It's a little bit of a different combination with the two young guns. Will that be the difference here tonight in this six-man tag team match? We're going to find out. And here we go. The bell has rung. Night 3 of BCW SLAMTACULAR is underway. Best of 3 series match 3. Los Gomez and the BCW Dojo kicking it off here tonight. And again, thank you for joining us for SLAMTACULAR Night 3. It is our 3-year anniversary. BCW began on August 2nd, 2022. And fast forward, here we are to August 2025, a 3-year anniversary. BCW 49. This is the culmination of all those episodes coming together. And with the best of 3 series, we're going to find out who the best trios team in BCW is. And Tony Rizzo on the second rope here goes for the sunset flip. Oh, but transitions and picks him up right into the power bomb. That is a huge maneuver to kick off this match. Shoots the half close to the ropes. Could this be it? Ending it quick. 1. Oh, and right there, the Great Gomez very quick to come in and interrupt that pin. Of course, as we've seen in that video package, it was Tony Rizzo defeating the Great Gomez in match 1. So the Great Gomez wanted to get in there and take a pot shot at Tony Rizzo if the opportunity presents itself, and it most certainly did on that one. And now Sergio just taking Tony Rizzo into the unfriendly corner of the ring, really locking him up in the ropes, having that knee to the face. Max damage with the least amount of effort, just that small little knee, and now wrenching the neck. Not doing a lot of flashy moves, and at the same time not wasting a lot of energy. That is where the experience of a Los Gomez comes into play. They're a team that really capitalizes on minimal effort, max damage, just like this pop-up cutter, the suplex cutter. Sergio taking a powder, going to the outside of the ring, going all the way around, trying to confuse Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo, oh, beautiful dodge there by Tony Rizzo. Now picks him up, goes for the beach break. And that really rocks Sergio, and Sergio makes that hot tag to the Great Gomez. That did a lot of damage. And the one disadvantage that Los Gomez have is their advantage is the experience. Their disadvantage is when you have spent over 30 years in the ring, your body has been crushed, crumpled, creased, and cracked from all those 30 years. So they are not wanting to take a lot of damage in this one. They are going to want to do a lot of moves that require minimal effort with max damage. Speaking of max damage, that beautiful headbutt from Tony Rizzo. Gets back in the ring. They got to keep this one on the inside. You do not want a count out or a DQ in this third and final deciding match. And it was all those weeks back that Sergio Gomez threw out the challenge to Tony Rizzo. He wanted dojo warfare. He wanted Los Gomez versus the BCW Dojo. He wanted to prove that himself and Los Gomez were better than Tony Rizzo and his pupils. Los Gomez came in with the loss in the first one. They picked up the win in the second. They might pick up the win right here now. Beautiful maneuver from Sergio Gomez. That was a beautiful maneuver. Just a huge amount of whiplash, and that is a lot of power to pick up a Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo going over 300 pounds, but that does triple damage. That move is beautiful. And now going for the full Nelson suplex. Beautiful dragon suplex. That did a lot of damage, and very similar to how Sergio tagged out before. Tony Rizzo tags out to his pupil, Will Roberts. Sergio playing defense, though, goes after Tony Rizzo, goes after P.J. Parker. Will Roberts still in the corner. Sergio Gomez really clear in the ring, but that leaves it open for Will Roberts to hit that spinning back elbow to the face. And a picture-perfect shooting star press from Will Roberts. Only a 2. And now with Tony Rizzo out of the ring, it is coming down to flips per second being in the ring and doing a lot of their fast maneuvers. High impact there with the cutter. Looked like that hurt Sergio. Looked like he was trying to tag into Pedro Loco. Definitely when you got two fast competitors like Will Roberts and now PJ Parker, who's just entered the ring, you were going to want to go with speed versus speed. You're going to want Pedro Loco up in this one. Now what does PJ Parker have here? Goes to the ropes, in and out, allows Sergio time to recover. Looked like he was going to go for something big. Did not have the opportunity to seal the deal on that one, and now Sergio just slamming PJ Parker's head into that neutral corner. PJ Parker back elbow to get out of it, though. Picks him up. Oh, going for that Spanish fly, but you're not going to hit a Spanish fly on Sergio Gomez. Sergio Gomez, so experienced. He has felt and delivered that Spanish fly many times. Picks him up. Atomic drop right to that tailbone. And if you are a flippy, speedy competitor, having your tailbone rocked, having that jolt from the bottom of your butt to the top of your head, that's really going to affect the midsection. And again, minimal effort, maximum pain. But now PJ Parker's on top, goes for the cover too. PJ Parker with the DDT now, though. Oh, but he turned his back. This is allowing Sergio to get that hot tag. Crawled, and now we got Pedro Loco in. Two of the fastest competitors in PJ Parker and Pedro Loco in the ring currently. Do not blink, because this one could be over in a flash. PJ Parker tying up that leg. Smart maneuver. Now we got Pedro Loco in the wrong part of town. Pedro Loco able to fight out of the corner. He's got to get PJ Parker into his corner, and that looks like exactly what he's doing right here. Pedro Loco, we have seen such massive light speed improvements from him since he debuted in BCW. Now that he is under the tutelage of Los Gomez, he has really been improving and really coalescing as a team with Sergio Gomez and the Great Gomez, and a big, huge, beautiful tornado DDT center of the ring. Oh, and Tony Rizzo, big, huge, over 300-pounder hitting Pedro Loco in the back of the head. Pedro Loco to the second rope, goes for the big splash. Pedro Loco throws PJ Parker back to his side of the ring. Parker able to counter. What's he got going on here? Picks him up, takes him to the top rope. What do we got here? Going for something big. PJ Parker could literally do anything from this one. Is he going to go for that Rana that we've seen in the last two matches between these two? Top rope poison Rana. What a sick maneuver to Pedro Loco. Pedro Loco is rock, rolls to the ropes. Even when rocked, though, smart maneuver from Pedro Loco, able to get to the ropes, but he is really damaged, able to hit that DDT on Will Roberts. Pedro Loco's got to tag out, though. That was a beautiful maneuver. We've seen it in the first two matches between these two. Will Roberts attempted that rolling elbow and now picks him up. Oh, and a beautiful maneuver into the Rana. Pop up into the Rana. Could this be it? One, but PJ Parker right there. Pedro Loco, right when you think he's out, he's able to snap off a beautiful maneuver like that Rana. He is so light, he is so nimble, but when you get hit with that rolling elbow, that is going to be the human pause button. That is going to shut down all your speed, all your explosivity real quick. Covers him, lateral press, able to kick out at one. That is pure defiance from Pedro Loco. As we've seen in the video package, it was Pedro Loco picking up the submission victory over Will Roberts in the last match. So I think Pedro Loco was sending a message that you're not going to beat me, Will Roberts. But now with a huge experience and size mismatch here, we got Tony Rizzo and Pedro Loco. Pedro Loco's about 165, and Tony Rizzo is north of 300, so he is quite literally twice the size of Pedro Loco. Sergio, he wants the tag. Pedro Loco's crawling for it. Can he get it? And he does. Hot tag. Sergio Gomez and Tony Rizzo. The one-on-one rivalry is reignited here. Picks him up. Is he going for his maneuver? Idolize. He did it. Gets him down near the center of the ring. 1, 2. Could this be it? Oh. Looked like someone in the BCW dojo was going to come in, but Sergio Gomez with the frog splash. That is his finisher. Can he pick up the win? 1, 2. Got him. Los Gomez picks up the win in the best of 3 series, closing out the final 2 matches. They have won the series right here at SLAMTACULAR. Let's look at this beautiful maneuver, which Sergio Gomez calls idolized. That huge whiplash effect on the neck. Tony Rizzo, to his credit, was able to kick out, but he was not able to survive that patented Gomez splash. It has been winning matches for Sergio Gomez for over 30 years, and it sealed the deal. It won Los Gomez the best of 3 series here tonight at BCW's biggest event. Congratulations to Los Gomez. This is a massive win for them. They are really coalescing as a team, and I can't wait to see what's coming up for them. But they are the victors here tonight. Congratulations again to Los Gomez.
Diggity dog. Breaking. 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 Diggity dog.
All right, and we got the breakdown for our next matchup. It is a Mere Man versus Kensho, and this all began on BCW 42 Homecoming in the quarterfinals of the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. It was Kensho all ready for his quarterfinal match against a Mere Man. Grizzly Mac absolutely brutalizing Kensho right before the match, even before the bell rang, before a Mere Man was able to come down, and it was these shots to the back of the head which really did the lion's share of the damage. Near concussion level shots from Grizzly Mac to Kensho. And then as soon as the bell rang for the match, it was just a mere just glomming Kensho, not letting Kensho get out of the blocks. And it was really this maneuver, hidden brass knuckle shot to the head, that just floored Kensho between the pre-attack from Grizzly Mac and the big, huge brass knuckle shot to the face. It was a Mere Man picking up the biggest win in BCW, the biggest upset in BCW. No one had a Mere Man beating Kensho in the quarterfinals, but a Mere Man was able to pick up that win, and it was a huge embarrassment to Kensho. And now, Kensho has been wanting his rematch ever since BCW 42. We're here tonight at BCW 49, BCW's biggest event, SLAMTACULAR, and tonight it will be a singles match, 30-minute time limit, pinfall or submission. It is the rematch that Kensho has been wanting. He wants to right the wrong of their first matchup. Can he do it here tonight in our second matchup? Let's take it to the ring and find out for the biggest rematch in BCW history.
He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 205 pounds. He is a technical wrestler coming to us from Tehran, Iran. He is Amir Big Money Man.
And here he is, Amir, making his way to the ring first here tonight. It was Kensho, as we've seen in that video package, who came out first during their last match. So Amir, man, forced to come out here before Kensho to ensure that there is no shenanigans, no funny business there. And as we've seen from Amir's record, he is 2 wins and 7 losses. That is why it was such an upset that Amir was able to defeat Kensho. But those 2 wins that Amir has been able to pull off have been against Cameron Lewis and Kensho, 2 top competitors here in BCW. Can Amir pull off one more big upset on the biggest night of BCW history?
Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing 245 pounds. He is a world-renowned striker from Tokyo, Japan, Kensho.
And here he is, Kensho, the knockout artist. He won that big, huge knockout-only match against Grizzly Mac just a few weeks ago at Random Draw 3. He is the master of 8 limbs. He is known for those big, huge knee strikes that knock people out. Can Kensho use all his striking tools to pick up the win here tonight? Can he right the wrong of the last match? Can he right the ship? We're going to find out. All right, and here we go. The bell has rung. The match is underway, and Kensho with the huge, no way, a huge knockout. That was about a 1-second match. Wow. Did not expect that. Kensho comes out. Let's take a look at the replay. This was the whole freaking match. Big, huge kaiju killer knee strike right on the button of Amir, man. Let's look at this. Just boom, right to the face, right to the nose, pinpoint accuracy. And let's take one more look at it. We're going to freeze frame it right here. Just boom, right to the nose, hits him on the pause button. That was a beautiful maneuver, and we did not, I know Kensho was going to come out like a house of fire, but the fastest win in BCW history, 1 second, that is unprecedented, that is unbelievable, that is exactly what Kensho wanted to do here tonight. Wow. Well, congratulations to Kensho, and we are going to the press conference to find out who the new BCW general manager is. 2 big events happening back-to-back. Let's take it to the press conference right now.
My name is Fancy Dan, former BCW wrestler and newly appointed BCW general manager. I would like to thank the BCW Board of Directors for trusting me with the position of General Manager, and I look forward to making the best matches possible for the BCW fans. On that note, I would like my first order of business as BCW General Manager to confirm that. Up next, in our SLAMTACULAR main event, it will indeed be Benson Hicks challenging Dirty Don for the BCW World Championship. Sorry, GM, but your plan to have Byron take Benson's place tonight in the main event will not work. But, since Byron is so eager to compete, I do have an announcement regarding the monumental 50th episode next week. On BCW 50, Showcase of Champions, it will be Byron Cassidy defending his BCW Commonwealth Championship against the tag team partner of the man that he screwed over to win that championship. Byron will defend against the man who just recorded the fastest win in BCW history. He will defend against the knockout machine, Kensho. Thank you everyone. Now, let's go to the highly anticipated SLAMTACULAR main event of Benson Hicks vs. Dirty Don.
The following contest is your SLAMTACULAR main event.
All right, and let's break down this main event rivalry between Benson Hicks and Dirty Don. It was on BCW 1, the inaugural World Title Tournament, where Benson Hicks and Dirty Don first met. They met backstage, that caused that initial rift. And then Benson and Dirty Don were able to win their quarterfinal matches, advancing to the finals. Then it was Dirty Don attacking Benson post-match to try and gain an advantage going into their one-on-one BCW World Title match. But then on episode 2, there was a last chance tag team match where if Sergio Gomez or Byron Cassidy, the two losers in the quarterfinal match, if one of them was able to pick up the win, they would be inserted into that world title match to make it a triple threat. Dirty Don, he bailed on Benson Hicks, allowing Benson to get beat up for about 20 minutes in that tag team match. Dirty Don was hedging his bets that the damage to Benson Hicks would be so significant that he was going to be able to go in to that triple threat match with the advantage, and that was exactly what happened. Benson Hicks was beaten up to a near pulp. He tapped out to Byron Cassidy. Then on BCW 3, it was the inaugural BCW World Title match. And Dirty Don, he wanted it to be a triple threat match all along because triple threat rules applied, meaning no countouts and no disqualifications. And Dirty Don took full advantage of that with that low blow with those chair shots. And look at this last one. This one really did the damage to Benson. Just absolutely crushing that arm. And then Dirty Don, he set Benson up for that patented dirty driver, dropped him right on his head, covered him up center of the ring for the 1, 2, 3, and that is how Dirty Don was able to become the inaugural BCW World Champion. It was at the expense of Benson Hicks, and ever since August 15th, 2022, Dirty Don has been the BCW World Champion. Then it was the long road back to climb that mountain to get another title match. It was a triple threat between Victor Payne, Grizzly Mac, and Benson Hicks. Benson was able to pick up the win and become the number one contender. And then right after that, Dirty Don, he put that $1 million bounty on Benson, and people were lining up around the building to try and take out Benson, to try and put him on the shelf and claim that $1 million. It was a mere man. It was Grizzly Mac. And then on BCW 38, Dirty Don was in charge, and he put the match together between Fancy Dan and Benson Hicks. But it forced Fancy Dan to be fired. That is how Fancy Dan got fired. Dirty Don, he took out all of Benson's friends, put that $1 million bounty on him. And then just a few weeks ago at Random Draw 3, it was a triple threat match for the title. Benson, Dirty Don, and Cameron Lewis. The match was fast and furious, but as soon as Dirty Don was able to find his moment, he was able to get the advantage, hit that dirty driver on Cameron Lewis, and pick up the win. And then on the go-home show before SLAMTACULAR, the bounty was increased even further, and someone came in and capitalized on it, hitting Benson Hicks with their car in the parking lot. And now let's take a look at this championship tale of the tape. Benson Hicks, 5'10", 210 pounds, BCW singles record 11-1. He is a striker. He is currently on a 17-match win streak if you add up his singles and tag matches. He was the 2024 BCW Wrestler of the Year, 2024 Match of the Year, and a former Golden Gloves boxer. And he is going up against the champ, 5'8", 210, 15-0-3. Dirty Don is the BCW World Champion, 6 title defenses, exactly 3 years to the day as champion, and he is the 2022 and 2023 BCW Wrestler of the Year. BCW has been around for 3 years. These are the 2 top competitors, and they are competing for the world title here tonight in the most anticipated world title fight in BCW history. Tonight it will be a singles match. No time limit, winner via pinfall or submission. There must be a winner. Will Dirty Don continue his 3-year title reign, or will Benson Hicks be able to dethrone the champ and usher in a new era for BCW? We're going to find out. Let's take it to the ring. Let's get this main event started.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match. Making his way to the ring, standing 5'10" and weighing 210 pounds, tonight for his BCW World title match, he brings to the ring a near-perfect BCW singles record of 11 wins, 1 loss. Hailing from Dallas, Texas, he is the undisputed #1 contender for the BCW World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, the Redneck, Benson Hicks.
And what an intro there for the challenger. Benson Hicks challenging Dirty Don tonight. Can he achieve his destiny and pick up the win and the world title?
Standing 5'8" and weighing in at 210 pounds, he is a technical wrestler with a BCW singles record of 15 wins, no losses, and 3 draws, with 6 title defenses and over 1,000 days as champion. He is the unpinned, unsubmitted, undefeated, undisputed BCW World Champion, Dirty Don. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And here we go. The time for talk is over. It is time for the main event. Benson Hicks, the challenger, Dirty Don, the champion. Combined record between these two is 26 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. You'd expect nothing less from the 2 top competitors in BCW, and they are competing for that. The top prize in BCW, the BCW World Championship. Challenger, champion, the time for talk is over. The bell has rung, the match is underway, the most anticipated world title fight in BCW, the match that Dirty Don has been avoiding for 3 years. It is now finally Benson Hicks versus Dirty Don. They are locking it up in the main event of the biggest event at BCW, and let's get into it. Dirty Don with the quick advantage, picking him up for that Fisherman's Buster, hitting a high-impact maneuver right away. And this is going to be a classic match of striker versus grappler. And here they go, grappling it up right now. Who is going to come out with the advantage of this one? Quick advantage goes to Dirty Don. Both these two men very, very similar in size and strength. Dirty Don able to get that side headlock using his technical prowess to his advantage, but Benson picks him up, slams him down right on his back. And no surprise here, both men coming out very, very cautious. Not doing anything too crazy in this one. Choosing to lock it up, do a little bit of chain wrestling, trying to feel out both challenger and champion. Oh, Benson with a beautiful duck under, and now going for those strikes. That's his bread and butter. Dirty Don knew that was going to happen, was able to lock up that judo maneuver, throws him down, and now they are locking up again. And I think Dirty Don, he really wants to feel out Benson Hicks after Benson was hit by that car. It was just a grazing shot by the car. It did not break any bones. It did not do any super serious damage, but definitely Benson is not coming in here at 100%. Dirty Don really wrapping up all avenues, especially that arm. We seen he hit that arm with that chair, just brutalizing it 3 years ago when they first met in that triple threat match to crown the first ever champion. And Dirty Don now pulls out the leg, and I think for Benson, he's going to want to come in here. And Dirty Don, he's going for the break of dawn. It's that sharpshooter, locking him up. Can he get the quick submission? Could not keep it there. Too much in the gas tank of Benson early on in this one. Benson goes for another shot to the kidney. Dirty Don able to reverse. Benson Hicks holds the ropes out and hits him with that big running elbow. Vintage Benson Hicks there. He's been using that running elbow for years. It is super effective, and now he's on the second rope. Going to use a little momentum to his advantage. Picks him up, drop kick, shotgun style. Goes for the quick cover. Checking his progress. 1, 2. Got the 2 a little bit more than I thought he was going to get, but he's checking his progress. He is really feeling it here tonight. Such a massive night here for both competitors. We have talked about the intangibles. We have talked about their records. We have talked about their fighting styles. We have talked about the bad blood between these two. But what we have not talked about is the enormous amount of pressure that both these two men are feeling here tonight in the highest pressure situation you can have. A world title main event at the biggest pay-per-view in BCW history. Both these men, there is so much pressure. Benson Hicks, he has been climbing the mountain for 3 years to get this opportunity against Dirty Don. He does not want to make a wrong maneuver. He does not want to make a mistake for fear of going all the way to the back of the line. And he goes for the cover right here. 1. Only gets a 1. Whereas for Dirty Don, the champion, he has been champion for 3 years. He has been dodging Benson Hicks, trying to prevent him from challenging for the world title. If Dirty Don is not able to defeat Benson Hicks, it is going to be 3 years of work down the drain. But if he can defeat him, will Dirty Don go on for another 3 years? I don't think he's going to do it if Benson can hit this one. Texas pile driver. And now he's going for a big, huge knee strike there. Could this be it? Rocking the champ. Dirty Don is one of the most resilient in BCW, but you get hit with that Texas pile driver, and no one does it better than the redneck, the Texan himself, Benson Hicks. Now Benson to the top. Big, huge clothesline. Really hitting and chaining together some huge maneuvers. Dirty Don able to fight back. Kicks off Benson. Goes to the outside, goes to the top rope. Is he going to go for that patented elbow drop? It's one of his signatures, and he hits him right to the heart. Hits him with that elbow knot with the elbow pad on. 1, 2. Only able to get a 2, though. It didn't work the right way, so he's doing it the wrong way. Foot on the ropes. Moot point as Benson was able to kick out. You do not want to leave it to the referee, though. And now he gets him up for the dirty driver. Benson able to reverse. Spins out, clothesline. These two know each other so well, even though they've only shared the ring together once. And now Benson. Oh, now Benson's going for the dirty driver. Can he hit it? And he does. Hits Dirty Don with his own maneuver. A taste of his own medicine. Can he pick up the win in the title? 1, 2. No. Benson Hicks pulling out all the stops with that dirty driver. Benson Hicks has felt that dirty driver multiple times, and he dishes it out tonight to Dirty Don. Hits him with that big fist off the top rope. That big left fist from the southpaw Benson Hicks. Really using gravity and momentum to get that extra little bit of punch. And now, Benson's so gassed though. And here we go. We got some video footage backstage. It is the goon squad of Dirty Don. It is Hard Limit. But it is also the Brotherhood who have befriended Benson Hicks. They are trying to prevent Hard Limit from coming out here and interfering in this one. Both the men in the ring are gassed, but that is one of Dirty Don's calling cards in world title matches, is cheating. We saw him already try and put his foot on the ropes to gain the advantage. He tried to get his friends to come out here, but Benson Hicks has friends too, and they are now fighting backstage. Have the Brotherhood eliminated Hard Limit. One of the aces in the hole for Dirty Don from this match. Dirty Don crowns him with that beautiful double axe handle. Goes for a little momentum off the ropes, but I think these two are getting gassed. They have done some huge maneuvers in the first few minutes of this world title match, and now they are starting to get gassed. They were both down for about 10-15 seconds right there. And another Fisherman's Buster, another high impact maneuver. But Dirty Don, he was clutch in his midsection, and both these men are down, trying to buy some time, trying to refuel that gas tank. And both these men, they're hitting high-impact maneuvers. They're doing a lot of moves that require a lot of energy, but this is a world title match. This match could go all night. There is no time limit. Must be a winner. But eventually it's going to come to the point where the human anatomy is just going to give out no matter what the mind and the will wants to do. And a shotgun dropkick from the top from Dirty Don. Dirty Don, I don't think he knows what to do now. I think he had Hard Limit going to come out probably for a distraction. Maybe he was going to distract the ref while Hard Limit did some damage to Benson Hicks. And now Dirty Don, he's just trying to do some maneuvers. But I don't think he has a game plan. I think the game plan was spoiled by the Brotherhood on that one. Now Dirty Don, he looks a little lost. Doesn't look like he has the same game plans, but he's got to figure out something on the fly. And Dirty Don, he is real good at that, so I think he's going to come up with something here. Goes for the crossbody from the second. I think he's just trying to buy some time while he hopes that Hard Limit is able to take out the Brotherhood and get their butts out to the ring to help him. But the Brotherhood, they are very, very competitive. They were able to beat Hard Limit on night one of SLAMTACULAR, and I don't think Hard Limit are going to make it to the ring. And now Benson Hicks hits that Alabama slam by way of Texas. That is a signature maneuver from the Redneck, and now he throws him. Is he going to go for the red, white, and bruise? Dirty Don able to counter with that back elbow. That red, white, and bruise is that elbow drop that Benson Hicks hits. But speaking of finishers, he hits him with the dirty driver. He's seeing red. Is this enough to pick up the win? 1, 2. Can he put him away? Benson Hicks able to kick out. And both these men, they're hitting finishers. They're hitting each other's finishers. Signature maneuver from the top rope with that non-protected elbow. 1, 2. Benson Hicks able to kick out, though. So resilient. Oh, and here we go, the Break of Dawn. This could be it. Dirty Don has defended his title multiple times with the Break of Dawn. That sharpshooter just making Benson writhe in pain. And Benson, to his credit, knows he cannot stay in that maneuver any longer than a few seconds. Oh, and now these two, the emotions are bubbling over. They're just trading shots center of the ring. Both these two men gasp, but the bubbling hatred between these two are forcing them just to go tit for tat in the center of the ring. But you do not want to trade shots with a former Golden Gloves boxer. Benson gets the better of that exchange, knocks him down, tells him to get up, tells him to fight him man to man, which is what he's wanted for 3 years, and he's finally got it right now. Throws him in the corner, sets him up for the red, white, and bruise, and look at that shimmy shake. Benson Hicks has been waiting 3 years to hit this maneuver on Dirty Don to seal the deal and win the world title. Can he do it right here, right now? Elbow drop to the blackened heart of the champion. Do we have a new champ right here? 1, 2, no! Benson not able to put enough mustard on that red, white, and bruised. Dirty Don, to his credit, he kicked out, but he is looking real bad. He is in rough shape. Benson Hicks just stomping him out. And Benson really just wants him to, he wants Dirty Don to fight him bad. He just wants to do that hockey fight right in the center of the ring. Throws him into the ropes, gets some momentum, rolling elbow center of the ring. Dirty Don knows he has to do something. You cannot get shot after shot like that. Hits him in the stomach, punch to the head. Goes to the second rope. What's he got here? Moonsault, no one in the pool. Benson with a huge counter real quick with that drop kick to the face. Benson now getting a little bit more of momentum than Dirty Don. The momentum is shifting to the challenger. Benson Hicks has had 3 years to visualize this exact matchup over and over again in his mind. Now Dirty Don showing why he's got the mental edge, but Benson able to get up and go for a big, huge power bomb. Dirty Don does not want to feel it, able to get out here. Oh, it looked like Benson was going to go for that Alabama slam again. Dirty Don able to tie up Benson in the ropes. If he's tied up in the ropes, he cannot do some of his more poignant maneuvers. And now Dirty Don just going after that knee, perhaps setting him up for that break of dawn once more. Oh, now Benson, big cartwheel into that Alabama slam, the whiplash, so brutal. And now Benson going to the top, very uncharacteristic, but is he going to look for something big? He wants Dirty Don to get up so he can put him down, and a big, huge punch. Using that striking background to his full advantage, but what's he got here? Alabama slam, Dirty Driver potentially. Locks him up again. Dirty Driver using the champ's own maneuver right on his head. Can he win the belt with the champ's own maneuver? Insult to injury too? No! What do either one of these men have to do to walk out of here with the BCW World title? Oh, Benson Hicks going for the red, white, and bruise. Dirty Don able to shift the momentum just slightly in order to hit that referee to prevent him going into the corner. Benson Hicks with that huge side slam. Is he going to go for that Dirty Driver once more? Dirty Don able to counter now into that beautiful exploder. The suplex is the bread and butter at Dirty Don. He had to counter that one somehow, and if anyone knows how to counter the Dirty Driver, it is going to be the champ. Both these men, though, taking so much damage, and another big, brutal overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Elbow right into the side of the face. Benson kicks out at one. The strong style of Benson Hicks, that is sending a message to Dirty Don. Benson is sending a message that you are not going to beat me here tonight. It has been 3 years in the making. Dirty Don going for that powerbomb, though, and he's able to hit it right near the corner beat of the apron. And now goes for the cover. I think he's just checking his progress, forcing Dirty Don to use all the last little bit of energy in order to kick out. Both these men have got to be gassed. Their lungs have got to be burning. The pain has got to be radiating through their bodies. And speaking of radiating, that is now, I believe, the third Alabama slam. And just that whiplash on the back of the head is so brutal. Goes for that Dirty Driver again, able to reverse it. What's he going for here? Now he's got him in the break it on, counters into the break it on. Could this be it? Is Benson Hicks going to tap out to the unbelievable amount of pain that is coursing through his body right here, right now? Locking it in. Dirty Don, I don't think he was able to have the strength to keep it locked up. Benson Hicks, he has those pants on, which lets him get the grip as opposed to a competitor wearing trunks where you can kind of slip out. But he's got him here too. Benson Hicks kicks out again. Dirty Don cannot believe it. What do both of these men have to do to put away the other? This is the epitome of a classic BCW World title match, and it can be all over here as Dirty Don sealed it up with the break of dawn again, center of the ring. No rope breaks to be found. Benson able to counter out. Enough strength left in those legs. And now he throws him into the corner, sets him up. Red, white, and bruised incoming. Could this be it? Could this be the move that seals the deal? This match has been a grueling affair for both men. Can one more elbow drop to the sternum seal the deal? Do we have a new champ as he entered the reign of Dirty Don? 1, 2. Finally, we got a new champ. Benson Hicks is your winner. Benson Hicks, after a 3-year journey from the bottom to the top, he is the new BCW World Champion. Benson has done it. Benson Hicks finally did it. Let's take a look at the replay here. It was tit for tat, both men doing maneuvers. Benson was able to counter. Dirty Don able to cheat there by putting his foot on the ropes. He tried to get Hard Limit to come out. They were negated by the Brotherhood. It was really back and forth between these two. Both men, they know their moves so much, and it was tit for tat. We saw Benson able to counter here into the Dirty Driver. But to both men's credit, they were able to kick out of an unbelievable amount of pain. And this was absolutely brutal right here. This was about halfway through the match when they were just trading some brutal shots back and forth. Benson Hicks, though, the striker, was able to gain the upper advantage on that one. And then sealing the deal, none other than Benson's patented maneuver, that red, white, and bruised elbow drop. That was the maneuver that was enough to seal the deal. That was the maneuver that was able to knock Dirty Don off his perch. And here we go, Benson Hicks. He is writhing in pain on the mat, but the biggest pain reliever is that BCW World Championship. Benson has done it, your new BCW World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new, undisputed BCW World Champion, Benson Hicks.
A 3-year journey of pain, a 3-year journey of patience, a 3-year journey of having a $1 million bounty placed on your head, having everyone in the wrestling world come after you like you're a target on a dartboard, but Benson Hicks has done it. He's the new BCW World Champion. I cannot believe it. What an amazing exclamation point to put on this big, huge BCW event. And we kicked it off with Los Gomez winning the best of 3 series in that 6-man tag. What is next for Los Gomez as they pick up the win in this best of 3 series? Look forward to seeing what is up next for Los Gomez. Then we had an unbelievable knockout win, the fastest win in BCW history. Kensho picked up the win here tonight against a mere big money man. And as we just seen, for the world title, no time limit, must be a winner. Benson Hicks' 3-year journey from the bottom to the top has finally paid off. He has achieved his dream. He has beaten Dirty Don. He has claimed that BCW World title, and we have a brand new era in BCW going into the unprecedented BCW 50 event next week. And speaking of next week, what an event we have planned for you. A milestone event, BCW 50. A confirmed match for that card is the BCW Commonwealth title match between Kensho and Byron Cassidy, plus the Exile look to defend their tag team titles for the 8th time. They are the most dominant tag team in BCW history. Who is stepping up to face them? And Benson Hicks will defend his newly won title for the first time. Who's he going to defend it against? We're going to find out. Join us on BCW 50. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Do not miss the next one.